All right, so first question I have, when did you actually start working on music yourself?
Myself, I started working on music, I would say, my junior year of high school. Like, I wanted to produce, like, way before I started rapping. Like, I just wanted to produce.
For people or just to produce for yourself?
Like, just in general. It wasn't, like, for anybody. Like, I just fuck with, like, music. Well, mainly hip-hop music, I just fuck with it. So I just wanted to make beats. Like, I even, like, remember doing, like in school at that time, I was doing, like, projects, like, about music production and shit. Just, like how music producers made their money and shit. So I was just, like, already into it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn, I need to find out how I'm gonna make my first beat, or just, like, how I'm gonna get my foot in the door with this shit. Just, like, start doing it. And I saw this this commercial in, like, 2009. It was producer Chuck English from the Cool Kids.
Yeah.
He was making a beat on his iPhone with this iMachine app, and it was like Machine. You've heard of Machine before, right? It was just basically a phone version of that, pretty much. Yeah. And it's like, it came with, like, it didn't come with as much as Machine, the actual program, comes with, but it comes with enough to get you, like, started to learn how to make beats and shit like that. So I just downloaded.
And he was making whole beats off of that?
Yeah, because like they have like a day where they just followed him and he made a beat and shit. I'm just like, damn, like, he did that shit, like, just, like, throughout the day while they were following him and shit. And it's like, I could probably do that shit pretty easy. So I downloaded the app. It was like $6. Then I just started fucking with it from there. And then, like, I made my first couple of beats. It's like, you can't really, like, mix them down, but you can, like, have them, you can export them to work on them and shit. So that's just how I started. It was just, like, making all these shit, like, all these beats I could just, like, just continue to, like, fuck with, or, like, just add on to, like, that I would export through, like, my laptop and shit. And that was, like, my junior year of high school. And I didn't start, like, recording or anything like that. It was still my junior year, but it was later in that year, around the time I met Mario or Reezy and he and them.
He was producing heavy back then already, or no?
No, like.
Damn, that's crazy. That's hard to think of a time. Well, at least for me, knowing him, where he's not, like, sitting behind a computer.
Oh yeah. Cause I was at his crib the other day, and, like, that's just the vibe and shit. But fucking yeah, I was kicking it with them. Like, they invited me to Reezy's crib, and then that's when I, like, first started recording. But it wasn't, like, official recording, because we were recording on fucking Turtle Beaches and shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, but, like, I remember my first song I laid down with them, like, I looked up, like, I took off the fucking headphones and everybody was just, like, amazed and shit.
Damn.
So I was just like, damn, like, I should probably, like, start recording, like, taking this shit serious. And then that's when we just all, like, thought we should form a group, because, like, we were already fucking with each other. Like, it was just fun at that point, but then it was just like each of us were trying to fuck with music individually, but then at that point we thought, like, we should just all do this shit together.
Yeah, type shit. And y'all all lived in the same city?
Yeah.
That's dope as fuck. How old were y'all again around this time?
We were like 16, 17. Yeah.
That's dope. So, okay, so making those first couple songs, did you write those out, or was it freestyle?
It was written.
Like, right then and there you wrote it out, or they were written you had from before?
Nah, it was like, I had this beat that I've been fucking with forever. And I never wrote anything to it, because it was on, like, the artist I fuck with, it was on their project, and they just had an instrumental on their project, and I fucked with the beat. And I would just listen to it all the time, and then after we had started this group, I was like, ooh, I should use this fucking beat to record over. And then I went home, like, after, because I had met them, like, at school, and then they were just talking about music and shit. And then, like, I had the beat, and I was just like, yeah, when I go to his crib, I want to record over this beat. So I went home, and then I just, like, wrote a 16 to that shit. Yeah. So
that's the first time you rapped in front of anybody?
Oh, yeah. That was the first time.
That's dope. I would have been nervous as fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't, it's crazy. I wasn't nervous at all. Like, because usually, like, like, public speaking and shit like that, I get nervous as fuck, but I wasn't nervous at all.
Damn.
Like, because I was already fucking with what I had written. I was just like, bro, like I've been listening to rap for so long that I feel like it's not easy to do, but, like, it's not hard for me to pick up on. So like, when I wrote my first shit, I was like, yeah, this shit's gonna go.
Did you were you already a writer before you started writing raps, or, like, were you already inclined to write, or no? You just
nah, like, not really. I took
no essays, no poems, no shit like that in school.
I guess you could, like, it was literally all junior year though. Like, it was all junior year. Like, junior year, I took creative writing.
Okay.
I took this creative writing class, and I remember like I asked my teacher, I was like, "Yo, is it cool if like our poems like rhyme and shit?" Because like I mean, a lot of poems rhyme, but I didn't know in school like if my teacher would take it serious.
Sure.
Like I think this fucking asshole trying to rap,
Yeah.
turn this shit into paper and shit.
Yeah, sure.
So I just asked her, and then she's like, "Yeah, it's cool." So then like I was like starting to like create, like craft my shit like there, but it wasn't really like I'm gonna go record this type shit.
Yeah.
It was like I'm just doing this because I like this shit, and yeah. But then I guess that helped, like me like transitioning into wanting to make music.
Mm-hmm.
Like it helped a lot.
That's dope. That is pretty dope. Actually, that's cool. Actually, can influence you.
Yeah.
Fucking. So when you did first start writing, then where did that stuff kind of come from? Like, what kind of style was that influence from right away?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, cause around that time it was like I want to say like it was like 2011, 2012, and that's when fucking OF was like the shit, and it was just like that. That's kind of what like.
I didn't know you were in Odd Future like that.
Oh, bro, yeah, fucking heavy stand, bro. Fucking yeah, like they just inspired my shit a lot. I mean, like just the drive to do it, and then Earl, like I fucked with his style of rap, like heavy, like and even his influences. I would look up his influences and
like
shit.
Doom and shit like that.
Like shit like that. I would like he was how I found out. Well, I knew about Doom. I just didn't like dive into his shit until I found out. I was like, damn, like this motherfucker is influenced by Doom, and his shit is like off the wall good. And so I'm like, I'm gonna just look him up. And I looked up Doom, and I was fucking with Doom style, and I could see like how Earl was like kind of emulating it. And then I eventually came across like all these Doom beats, and then I was just like I was using those. Like I remember I bought like 2 MF Doom instrumental albums, like just to fuck with, like for us to fuck with, like go back and forth, writing different shit. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I still got that shit now. We have like hella songs over those beats that just have never come out.
Saw the light of day.
Never came out.
Damn, we had to work those out one of these days. That's back when Noms was around too, or no, not yet.
He wasn't around yet, but like he went to our school. It'd be
so funny to hear him on the Doom beat. That would be crazy.
I'm pretty sure there is like there is at least like 2 or 3 tracks where it's like a Doom beat and Nams is on that shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nams, so the first time I heard you was on Greyflower. You kind of want to talk about that verse and how it came about, maybe if you remember it.
Yeah, I do remember that shit, cause fucking. I remember, you know Micah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he made that.
Micah did that shit right there.
Yeah, I could tell. Like looking at this shit, I'm like, yo, that's fucking Micah style.
Yeah.
But he made that beat, and then Nams.
Wait, Micah made that beat?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that this whole time.
Yeah, he made that. Micah made like not a few beats for he made some beats for us to use, but we didn't necessarily use all of them.
People are asleep on Micah.
Yeah, Micah has some raw shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, god damn. It's like. Because when he told me, Nams told me he had a beat from him, I was thinking, like, is it like a rock beat or like, what is it?
That's what I would assume back then.
And he played me that, and I was like, damn, this is not necessarily rock, but it could have that feel if you wanted to. Like, you could take it, you could approach it that way. And then, like, I just heard the beat, and I was just like, damn, like, Nams, you want me to get on this with you? Because, like, I wasn't, like, used to getting on beats like that. I was used to more, like, traditional type beats, like Doom shit. And that beat is just like that shit sounds like industrial and shit, but like it was super easy. It was crazy. Like we sat there in E's room, like that's where we wrote it. It just played for like maybe like an hour.
No way.
Yeah, like
y'all wrote that song in an hour.
Nams like had part of his verse like started when I got home because he was already there with E and shit. And then. I remember him telling me he wanted me to get on it, and I'm listening to it. I'm just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, that verse is crazy to me, bro. Whenever I show somebody, like, whenever I'm talking about you, like, that's the verse that I go to show people usually. Damn. I'm just kind of like, yeah, bro, that shit always just hit me crazy whenever I first heard it. I was like, damn. Because Nams would be telling me, like, yeah, people sleep on Hrsh, bro. He actually is that rapper. Like, he actually is that wordsmith. And then when I heard that, like...
Yeah, because I didn't know necessarily how to approach it, and I was like, I can't really, like, rap on this beat, so I was like, I'm gonna just try to like speak, but like be saying like really saying some shit, and then just like, man, cause like the way I started off that verse, I was like, woke up with the belly full of different kinds of fire. Like when I wrote that, I was just like, all right, that's the first line. Like, now where can I take this shit? And I was just like, it's like I'm telling a story. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's storytelling, but like I can't really explain.
And you did that consciously, or like it just came about?
It just came about.
That's crazy.
It just came about, and I'm just like, how the fuck did I do this? Like, how did I write from this perspective? Because I never really like seek out to do that type of shit. It just happens. Like, and I fuck with it so much because like.
You feel like it influenced you at all now? Like, would you say that any songs that you've written now are kind of similar, or no, not really?
Maybe like one or two.
Word.
Like one or two, but not all of them. Not all of them, because like most of the beats I pick are still, for the most part, still pretty traditional.
Understood.
So it's just like, it just has to happen like that way. I have to like be hearing it like, all right, I'm gonna just approach it like this, and it just like it just ends up happening that way.
100%. So when you approach songs, I mean, I'm sure it's different like a lot of the times, you know what I mean? But when you approach songs or you approach projects, like kind of talking about like storytelling, like how do you kind of think about that? Are you just kind of going with, you know what I'm saying, writing like a hard verse, or are you really trying to take it through, you know what I'm saying, and paint a whole story in here?
I don't really try to like tell a whole story, like, well, like you're saying, by song or by project?
Well, yeah, I guess both, you know what I'm saying, but I guess right now, song.
When it's like a song, I can like paint a picture with the whole song. It's not always gonna be like a story.
100%.
It's sometimes it's more like I'm just painting a picture, like setting a mood. Like this is like what I had, like what I was going through, and just like trying to like come across as with this song. And I don't usually try to tell a story. I just try to stay in like a certain theme.
Okay, understood.
Like that's my thing. Is like themes.
Sure. Do you come up with that before you go in? Like, do you hear the beat and then it's like, okay, this is what I want this to be centered around, or do you kind of start going and then you find this theme?
Nah, it's like when I hear the beat, I'm like, yeah, I want this to be like.
That's interesting. And then you just piece it around that.
Yeah, because that's kind of how like I'm doing with this project. It's like, well, I had the theme first, and then I just had producers like that had a sound that I wasn't really hearing too much and that I wanted to use. So I just like, once I got the first beat, I'm just like, all right. Like once I got a beat that matched the sound I was trying to go for, the theme I was trying to like, that I like pictured it as, that's when I was like, all right, yeah, I can run with this, and I'm gonna just try to like paint this picture, just set this mood each time I like get another piece for this project.
Yeah, so you kind of like, you knew the whole time, like you kind of had it, you knew what you were seeking out the whole time then?
Yeah, like I know what I'm trying to like, I know what I'm trying to get across. Like I know what I'm trying to get across. Like what I'm like, the mood I'm trying to make people feel when I like hear the music, pretty much.
Damn. Okay. So, and when did you kind of start working on it? You want to say the name, by the way, or?
Oh yeah, the project is called He Really Should Hide. I'm not sure when I'm gonna put it out, but yeah, it's here. It's here. I'm just waiting to get sent my shit, man.
So when did you start?
I started working on it like pretty much end of last year. Yeah, like end of last year, because we were moving out of our crib that we had in Waukegan, and but I had already had the idea. Like I was telling E about it. Yeah, cause like, I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but like I kind of got like 2 projects.
Okay.
Like, cause like this is like the prelude, but I'm not really like calling it the prelude, cause like they're just both like, they're gonna have similar like thematics.
Oh, so it leads into a bigger project later?
It doesn't lead into it. Just like the next project just like carries like the same type of theme.
Understood. Yeah,
pretty much. Like, and I just had them both like in my head, and I was like already working on like the ideas. Like I already have the beats, like some of the beats for the next one and shit. Like I just already have that like mapped out pretty much.
Yeah, that's dope. So okay, so I saw that a lot of the imagery that you're using is reference to Cause. Like, yeah, you want to talk maybe a little bit about him and just, you know what I'm saying, how you came to find out about him or why you fuck with him?
I fucked with him. I just fuck with it, like his art visually. Like it's like playful, colorful, and like it can tell a story. Like his sculptures and shit tell stories. I found out about him like through my brother back when 808s and Heartbreak came out, because he did the cover for that.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Yeah,
I had
like,
no idea.
Yeah, the hands and like the heart like coming in half. Like he did that cover, and I was just like,
that's sick.
I was just like, damn, this cover is like hella dope and it's simple. And like my brother had it, and then I remember opening it because it continues on like the inside.
Okay, is that?
Oh yeah. Got these fucking tats like last year. The fucking yeah, I just like remember like my brother showing me that album cover and like me just like fucking with it heavy. Like it's just like a staple in my mind. It's like I'll just always fuck with it. And then like as I was making music, I was just like, man, it would be tight to just like be referencing, like it'd be tight to reference him like in music I'm making, like whether people like got it or not, like whether they like understood it or like knew about it or not. I just thought it'd be dope because like I've never seen anyone like myself like personally do it like ever.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, so I was just like,
maybe fuck. Do you know Quasimodo?
Yeah.
What is? Do you know what that's from? Just random, but that character they uses over and over again. Do you know where that came from?
They just made it, bro. They just
no, I do. That was always so mysterious to me as a kid. I was always like,
because he was just like everywhere.
I just saw the character and I didn't even know who Quasimodo was for the longest. Yeah, like on Tumblr and shit, I would just see his ass. I'm like, that's so dope. Like, where did that shit come from? I thought it was Doom for the longest time, but I was like,
me too, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Shit. So I just got a couple more questions and then we can kind of start talking about like kind of whatever you got on your mind, if you got anything on your mind. But I'm really interested in like when I first got up here, bro, I had never really been around anything like what was going on here, what was going on Waukegan at all. Like, what were you thinking when that started coming about? And what I'm talking about is the era of time when the Public Garden existed here and Nams Homeless was throwing shows. Nams was performing at High Five. I was coming with him to a lot of those shows, and you know I would just be like keeping y'all from a distance because I just like wanted to be around. Like to me, like, and it was crazy because to be real, I thought that none of y'all like fucked with me. I thought y'all thought I was just like who the fuck is this weird ass boy that just be coming around? But like it would just I didn't even care like that. I wasn't really friends with y'all. I just wanted to be in that environment because it was so dope what was happening. Like to see that many people like none of y'all was just fucking with each other and like vibing off each other so well back then. Like, do you kind of want to talk about that era of time and you know what I'm saying? Maybe any thoughts that you have on it, or?
I just think it was beautiful because like Nams was just like he just came out here like with that in mind. He was like yeah, I want to go out there and like I want to create some shit where people can come. Like it's exactly what you're doing now, bro. Like
yeah, completely inspired off of Nams. Literally, you know what I'm saying? If he had not set up such like. If he, like living here and being able to watch him do that, you know what I'm saying, it gave me so much confidence. But the thing is, I wasn't even thinking about running, like, doing anything like, bro, I want to do completely different shit with my life than throw shows and events. I love bringing people together, but, like, it's not my, like, main interest or drive in life, you know? I just saw, like, whenever the Public Garden kind of stopped doing shows and whenever the mic, you know what I'm saying, was getting, like, cut out, you know, and I knew that wasn't going to be sustainable, I was like, I know that I have the energy to do this. I know that I know hella people. Like, I know that I could at least get it going, you know? But I had to run it past Nams, too, and, like, just have a respect, you know what I'm saying, and make sure that he felt, like, confident and, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of, like, passing the torch off, I guess. He did snap coming out here like that. If he wouldn't have done that, I would have never even thought something like this was possible, bro.
Yeah, bro, I fuck with it because it's just, like, it's something, like, that's always in the back of my head because it's just, like, if me or Nams, like any of us blew up, it's like the thing with me is just like giving back to like where you started and shit, and it was like he was already doing that and he hasn't even left yet, and he just like wants to give back to people who want to do the same type of shit, and like that's just what I fuck with about it the most, because it's just like I see like videos and shit of like my favorite artists who like have done that shit just to give back to their community, like just doing like not small shit but just some shit where it gets like how you see like you saw we were all involved and you just want to be around, like giving back like that. You give like these people who want that shit to, like a place to be around, like where they want to be there, like want to create some shit and meet people.
Yeah, and it's just straight love, like bro. I'll tell you, but like when I came here for the first time, it was when Dingus was performing.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, like I'm just coming from an environment where I'm not like used to seeing that shit at all coming from Florida, like. I see all y'all type of motherfuckers in the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many different type of people, and y'all all dapping each other up, y'all all cool with each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, that shit was just super inspiring.
It would be crazy, because like you saying, like, motherfuckers like Dingus, fucking, you know, Sworn In and shit, like
Tyler Denon and shit.
Yeah, fucking you know Kyle?
Nah.
Kyle Cholowinski. I think he's like, I don't know, he might be their drummer now. I'm not too sure. But no, Derek's still the drummer. But I think he played drums for them one time or some shit. But it was just crazy because like we were just combining like all that shit. It didn't matter. It was just like if you were trying to like if you were about this, like you were coming to be around like for that. Like there was like no egos. Like it was like all walls down.
That's the most important thing that I took from it that I be seeing because like obviously it's a different set of people now, you know. Yeah. Like of course, like you know what I'm saying, I still got in touch with y'all and I'd be trying to incorporate y'all on shows here and there, but like it's obviously a different type of crowd in Kenosha now, and like with that, I guess people don't really necessarily understand how to exist in something like this, you know. I think, but the main thing that I try to focus on is like the minute y'all start to be in competition with each other, it's over. Yeah. Like y'all fucking, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tweet like.
It's like
1 second, I'm gonna check. You can keep talking, but I'm just gonna make sure we're still going.
Okay, where it's like the fucking, like if you're a rapper, it's like yo, I only want to exist with the rap crowd type shit.
And that's like, fucking so stupid.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, you got the fucking rock kids like making their shit, and like they like no shade to rap at all, but like when it comes to rock, they have more of a following type shit, like more of a fan base type shit, and it's just like you don't want to like just brush that off because like you can't necessarily, you feel like you necessarily can't mesh with it. It's just like
no, you get. I've seen Nams, you know what I'm saying, like perform around those kind of people before, you know what I mean, and like you just gotta choose your songs obviously and know your crowd, but
pretty much. But I'm just saying like to kids like who have those egos and shit, like they just think they can, or like they have too much ego to like even try or anything like that. They just like won't accept it.
And you're shooting yourself in the foot because, in my perspective, I'm not a musician. But if I was a local musician, I would be trying to like connect and collaborate with as many people around me as possible on the basis of showing everybody else that we're building each other up. Like, you know what I mean? Because as much as you might want to think like, oh, these people are my fans and these people are my fans, like on a local level, that's so ridiculous. You need everybody. If you're gonna succeed past your city, you need everybody from not just your city, but the other cities over. And
cities and shit.
You got to, and you're not gonna do that by having like secular fan base.
Like just the rap fans. Like no, it's not gonna work like that. You literally need everybody. And like it was just so raw, like seeing all that shit. It's just like goddamn, like because we met like so many different people. And it's just like goddamn.
Yeah, a lot of relationships I still have now are just based off of being around that environment. Like,
it's like I'm fucking friends with these dudes, like 2 dudes in a fucking hardcore metal band. Yeah. And it's like I don't think I can ever necessarily make hardcore metal, but I made a fucking song with them. Like I made a song.
Really?
With them. Yeah, like
that's dope.
Fuck. They're the guy who like does all their beats and shit performed here with E. His name's Zach, but
okay.
They were in a group called
when E did that fucking like video and to that Nirvana song, you know what I'm saying?
I think
like
so.
Something in the Way. I think the song was Something in the Way.
Yep. It was when he did that show.
I know that shit was cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. E became cool in my eyes when he did that shit. I was like,
it's that.
For sure. So maybe High Five. You want to maybe talk a little bit about High Five and just those shows and kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe anything you learned from that, or.
Me and you were like literally just talking about this yesterday. Well, not like shit we learned for real. Well, yeah, we learned shit because like we learned about like bullshit we weren't gonna deal with.
Yeah, 100%.
Or, like, keep dealing with because like,
sure.
When we were coming up, well, like when we first started making this shit, we didn't know like how serious people were taking us. Yeah. And then like we found out they were taking us like pretty serious, and that's when we started getting shows and shit. And then we started meeting people who were like, oh, do you want to do this show or that show? But then we're like, yeah, hell yeah, it's a show. But then they're like, afterwards you find out like, oh, you gotta pay to play type shit. And it's just like, that's some bullshit. Like we're not gonna like keep doing. Like we've done it before, like but on our own terms. It's not like we're just gonna agree to it every time, like because you want it to get paid, and then like we want to perform at your venue type shit. So like there was just like bullshit like that we weren't gonna deal with. And then we just learned how to like with dropping shit, because we used to every time we would drop, we would get all of our friends to retweet that shit the moment it dropped. Yeah. But we realized like
then that only lasts for like
it lasts for like 2-3 days or maybe like just that week. It's like you gotta like just think bigger, like just like approach it better.
That's the one thing that I've always been interested in about like you, like that scene is like. The first time I had this thought was when I was in the studio with Frank and Nams, and I was just watching them. I forget what song Frank was working on, but well, he was working on Psycho Blue, but I don't remember what song. But I told him, I was like, bro, I feel like the never-ending search for love did not live its full life. I feel like, you know, like the songs were great, and that's just a great project, and I can still listen to it now, and it's still a great project. It's not like I'm forcing myself to listen to that because it's my homie's music, but like. The thing is, you know, that these songs gotta live past the first week that they drop. These albums gotta live past the first week after they drop. And like with the way that music goes now, it's kind of like fast food, at least from my perspective. But it's like local music. I feel like that's gotta be at the main focus of every local musician. It's like, how do I make this shit live on for like a month, 2 months, a year? You know what I mean? Like,
that's one thing.
That's hard though. That's gotta be a hard game to play.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm trying to like work on myself. I feel like he's helped me like just be more aware of that type of shit.
I feel like he's thoughtful.
Yeah, like he tells me like really like insightful things, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like it's not even like he's like trying to force me to do it. He's just like making me aware of the shit. Like, yo, like this will happen if you just take more care of these steps type shit. And like I just been thinking about that with approaching music now.
I feel like those insights are necessary to come to though anyways, because if you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, have longevity, you do gotta do things. You do gotta think a couple steps ahead sometimes, you know. Yeah, that's dope. Okay, so aside from music, is there anything that you're interested in doing? Any just like hobbies that you have or just interests in general?
So I'm just trying to travel, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to travel. I'm trying to go see some cars art actually.
That would be dope.
I went to Detroit 2 months ago to like my first cause exhibition.
He's got a whole museum, or it was just that?
It was just like, it was the Contemporary Art Museum of Detroit.
Okay.
But like he had like a whole last section in it, and it was pretty dope. And like I just got like fucking butterflies like walking in there and seeing that shit, because it was like my first time seeing his art up close. And like I fuck with him, and it was crazy. Like, cause I'm like, I went to see the Murakami shit like the year before.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And
that shit fucked me up. I was I'm never mind, but like I was out there with the homies and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and with those big ass demons and shit in that room, I was like, bro, how did you even do this?
Yeah, and then that big ass flower wall. I was like, man, like I fucked with that. Like I got like butterflies looking at that shit too, but I just really know I fucked with colors because I was like fucking shaking and down. I'm just like, god damn, like I'm really in here like with this shit. Like I love this shit. Like, and I want to go see some more shit. He has another exhibition over in London where it's like literally the whole museum.
No way.
Yeah, and it's like his archive shit.
Sick. Get the fuck out of here and go to London for the one time.
Hey, I've been seeing like a few homies doing that shit. You know, fucking you know Jackie, right?
Yeah. You're full of shit,
bro.
You're full of fucking shit.
She's in London right now.
No way,
bro.
That's great. That's a flex.
Yeah,
that is a flex. I remember Jackie. I saw Jackie perform for the first time in front of people ever at fucking Cassie. You know Cassie?
Yeah.
I saw her perform at her house for like her birthday or something, but the band wasn't even called Family Reunion yet. It was called something else, but I can't fucking remember. But yeah.
First time I saw her was here, and like
upstairs.
Yeah.
She played upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
With who?
It was I don't know who it was. I just remember
Nams picked that.
Yeah. But yeah, she was here. Cause I remember she covered a King Cruel song.
Oh yeah. Okay, by herself though.
Yeah, she was by herself. She just played it on the guitar.
That's dope.
And I was just like
King Cruel.
Yeah, and I was like really getting into King Cruel like at the time, and I was just like, oh.
You still listen? You heard his new album or nah? You didn't peep it?
What, Ooze?
Yeah.
The
blue cover.
Yeah, bro. I had that shit on repeat, like.
Fuck,
bro. Yeah, like
even now, like, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. That shit is hard. For some reason, like random, but like I like to listen to the whole album in the shower, or like whenever I go to my grandparents' house, like I'll just play it and just be chilling in the bathroom, like smoking, chilling out, listening to it. So
I feel that. Bro.
It's just a good album to put on in the morning.
Yeah, cause like I feel like I don't get those like type of feelings anymore where like you can listen to the whole album, cause like you saying like shit is so like like.
I don't think King Cruel has any throwaway shit either.
Yeah, nothing. Like I got a whole fucking playlist like with his shit.
No way.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have never thought you listened to that. Like, no offense or nothing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you though. Like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, you wouldn't expect like, yo, this motherfucker listens to King Cruel.
Yeah. Any other random motherfuckers or like other genres than hip hop that you're super into?
I like instrumental music a lot, bro.
Yeah. Toro y Moi, you know him?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, big Toro y Moi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking what's his? He has a lot of good albums. But fucking the Boo Boo album, that album's fire as fuck.
Yeah.
Anything in Return, that's my favorite.
Is crazy.
That's my favorite Toro album. That shit's so fire.
I honestly don't. He just put out this full instrumental album really quick. Hold on one second. But fucking, dude, check this shit out. Where? This one? Have you heard this one yet?
Nah.
Bro, crazy. He just put that shit out this year, bro. Crazy.
See, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
This shit is hard, very hard. But other than that, Flying Lotus?
Yeah. Around the time the one I was telling you about, I was finding about Odd Future and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
no way. I just got put on the Flying Lotus like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh damn, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, like he has this song. It's in my top 10 of like favorite instrumentals in the world. It's
Which
called
one?
Do the Astral Plane.
Oh, okay.
That's my shit. I don't know if you heard the Cosmogramma album, bro. That's like his fucking. That's like his Carter 3, bro. like that shit is fire.
Yes, Carter 3. Carter 3 was low-key one of the first rap albums I ever like physically bought on some random shit. My dad took me to like Best Buy and he was like, just pick out a CD. I was like, I fuck with Lil Wayne. I can finally hear the curse verse of this shit, so I'm gonna go scoop this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's dope. But okay, so anybody else that comes to mind music-wise, like other genres and shit, or?
I'd probably have to look at my phone. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking real quick.
Sure. Damn. Was Dingus wasn't the first garden show, was it?
I have no clue what the first garden show. Like I have no clue. No, that's not nothing too left field, really. I mean, I don't know. People be looking at me crazy when I be listening to Rihanna, but I'm like, bro, it's fucking Rihanna.
Bro, I feel you though. What the hell? I don't know. I guess I don't casually listen to Rihanna, but like I wouldn't think twice about it. Like, when I fuck with her.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I feel like people think twice about it. It's like, bro, do you think Rihanna's fucking famous just because she's fine as hell?
Yeah.
Like,
you ever heard this album?
What, Born Like This?
Yeah. That shit hard. I literally just came across that shit.
Yeah, bro. I've listened to like hella Doom albums.
Yeah. But you would probably fuck with her. This last shit I'm gonna show you, then we can get back to it. But Green Tea.
Green Tea. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, I'll play her shit as soon as we're done with this. But like,
is it like instrumental? Or
nah. She's a singer. I mean, the instrumental is crazy too. Like, she's a singer. All right. I'll probably just 2 more questions and then. You got anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Okay, actually, though, one thing I should ask you about, previous projects. What was the first project that you ever worked on?
It was the junior year, fucking High Five. We put out this mixtape called The Prototype.
Okay.
Because it was just, you know how like fucking Lil Wayne used to just make mixtapes with everybody else's beats?
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that was basically our shit, and that shit was fire. I rapped over a Doom beat, bro. I could play you the video after this, bro. It's fire. It's a fucking 32-bar verse. Like the whole song is just a verse.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, that was the first project I worked on, like with the group and shit. And it wasn't even like, we weren't taking it too serious because like we called it Prototype because it was like a prototype type thing, and none of them were our beats, and we were just having fun with the shit. And then we had our real first project, The Hive, and that, I don't know, people like really fucked with that when it came out. Like I got a message like last year from a dude who was like, yo, I wish you guys could go like back to this like type of sound.
Damn.
And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like this tape is like fucking ain't like not like ancient history, but like this shit is like damn near a fossil to us.
Yeah.
So it's just like damn, it's like how the fuck did this touch somebody like that? Like,
yeah, still.
That, like, cause I showed the message like to Reezy and shit, and I'm just like damn, bro, like how the fuck? And yeah, that shit's wild. And then like fast forward, we had another group project. What's that shit called? Oh, Too High to Know. Too High to Know. That shit was pretty fun. Because that's when we all were like getting our own beats. We were working with Don Trevino and shit.
Oh shit, yeah.
He was giving us beats. That shit was fire.
That man fucking, well, you already know what time it is, man.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Jeez, man, that man just.
Yeah, he got one on the Minutia too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to hear it.
Yeah.
It's cool how I can kind of almost figure out, like, as soon before I even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can hear it and I can off top. Yeah, I like that. It's dope. But okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had my first like solo project. It was just the EP, and like low-key, I don't even like really talk about it too much, but I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm like ashamed of it or some shit.
Nah, no way.
Yeah.
That bit was kind of hard.
Yeah, that shit like when I go look back at it, like when I listen to it, I'm just like, this shit was hard. Like I just didn't like how you were saying with Frank shit. Like you got to think of longevity.
Yeah,
type
you
shit.
got to give it a whole life. You know, like
Yeah.
what's the visual experience of this? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What is that? Yeah.
Type shit. Like, and I wasn't focused on that. Like.
Well, sure, you're a fucking
Yeah.
rapper, so.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't focused on it at all, but I was just focused on like barring these fucking songs up.
Yeah.
And like, which like, I feel like I did, like listening to that shit, I'm just like, God damn, bro, like, I really wrote this shit, cause I know if I had heard somebody else like rap the shit I rapped, I'd be like, damn, this is tight, I'm finna fucking add this to my playlist type shit. And I'm just like, man,
That's a dope way to do it.
Yeah, but, yeah, it's talking about practice, like that shit was pretty hard. I fuck with that, but I'm just more excited to like get this new shit going, just to like.
You feel like it'll maybe give a bit more context as to you as an artist? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's what really what I'm trying to do. Cause like I feel like people know me, but like they can't like.
Maybe it hasn't hit yet, like the gravity of.
Yeah, they don't have anything like tangible, like oh yeah, I know from this or that this. Yeah. So it's like that's really what I'm trying to focus on. It's just like just making myself known, like I got a presence in this shit. Like people.
That's very dope. Still planning to stay around Waukegan for a bit, or?
I don't want to, but to be honest, fucking, you know Hog? Nah, you don't know Hog.
Wait, yes I do. Yes I do, because this random ass show, you remember, bro? We were, where was that shit? I just remember that it was this random ass show. He was selling merch up front, and I was chilling with him. It was in Chicago. I pulled up there with Nams. It was I can't remember who was performing though. Never mind. I honestly probably don't have enough context, but I did see him there. He was selling y'all's merch. It was at like a bar or something, kind of. It was like a cool venue, but like I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember either.
Maybe it was the show. Did you guys go to the show where Nams played with like red, gold, and green or some shit? Like.
No.
You didn't go to that show?
No, I didn't.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Because I remember like him and Reezy were talking about the red, gold, and green dudes hit them up to do another show, but.
No way.
Yeah, they had checked their email too late.
Oh, dumb fuck.
Yeah,
damn.
Like, the show was like 2 days, like it was gonna be in 2 days after they saw the email type shit.
Damn.
So yeah.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Those were some fucking talented dudes, actually. They were cool to see live.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, also aside from music, you got any, like, messages that you cling tightly to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just anything that you kind of, like, live your life by, or shit that you always want to try to convey to people? Or?
Just respect, man. Like, just respect. Like, I feel like respect can take you a long way. And a lot of people just don't have it. They just don't become aware of it. Like, that they need to respect people and just respect, like, themselves, too, type shit. Like, that's really my only thing, is respect.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because that's one thing I see, like, pretty much daily. It's just, like, either lack of respect, like, for other people or other things, or, like, themselves, type shit.
Yeah, that's very observant. I would definitely agree, though. I cannot say that isn't true. That's a big, I have to say that's a big center focus in my life, too, is making sure that, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I do try to respect myself now, especially a bit more, like, energetic boundaries and shit, you know, not letting people take too much of my time or energy and not appreciating it, because you don't even realize that shit when you're young, but like, people will suck you dry.
Bro, yes. Like, yeah, it's just like, just don't let them suck you dry. Like, yeah. Just like, don't let people ruin what you got going for yourself type shit. Just respect yourself to just keep going type shit.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming and hollering at me. Is there anything else you might want to say, might want to talk about? Any shout-outs you want to give, anything like that?
Man, shout out to all my Guala boys, really. Shout out E, shout out Reezy, shout out Nam, shout out Reezy. I already said Reezy. Shout out Rick. Shit, shout out all my mans. Shout out Rico. Shout out Mud. Yeah, Mud got a show coming up on Thursday.
With Father and Sovereign? I saw that shit and I was like, alright, flex, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. It would be cool. I would go, but I'm not going to be able to swing it. But see, moshing at a Father show would be sick.
Yeah, I don't think I can go either, but I'm going to try to go. Because, like, I got work early the next day. I might just fuck around and call up.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm trying to turn up with the boys.
Nah, for sure. Alright, man. Thank you. Shit, you trying to show me that video you was holding about a second ago?
Yeah, bro.